Hello everyone. I only just woke up. Literally, my mum had to leave early before I woke up, and she said that she'd wake me up, and she didn't. So my poor dog has been left in his cage all day because my dumbass wouldn't wake up. Da 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 da. Skibbity dub dub dub. Yes, yes. Right. I'm just gonna send an invite to some of my friends because I only live stream when I'm like bored as fuck and have nothing else to do, or when I have something to do and I want to do it. You know what I mean? Right. No, it's not what I want. Mental synchronization can have it when you. I've been watching like that song. I heard that song and I cannot stop listening to it on repeat. It's annoying. I'm just gonna make an announcement on my YouTube. I almost added everyone, which is a thing people are getting pissed off at me for doing, so I won't do that. I'm in Los Brothers. Like when my friend Galax, well, like that's just I don't think that's how you pronounce his name. When he ever does an announcement, he's basically my Discord mod. He like does all the like bots and handles all that stuff because I cannot do it for the life of me. He's in the chat right now. Hello, Lily. When he does an announcement, it's all like formal and like both like sophisticated. When I do it, it's just hey, come do this, watch this. All right, waiting for someone to join the live stream. Alright, my dog is just on the floor being a goof. Alright. Hey, don't get mad at me. You just growled at me because I called him a goof. Alright. I'm gonna put some background music on. Alright, this on. You guys can you guys hear my dog in the background just like making weird noises. None of the music starting. No. I'm mental synchronization. Yeah, you're the only one here. Alright. Yeah, I can see how many people are watching and there's only one person watching right now. My god. Well, I don't know why, but my dog has an obsession with eating plastic bottles. And it's just the most annoying sound ever. Hearing it crunch. Like, what is wrong with my dog? He's more, what's the word I can say instead of the R word that isn't the R word?
Stupid.
Oh, I was like, who is this guy? Hello, Pete.
I'm Peter Dinklage.
I didn't expect it to be you. Alright, what's up, Pete?
Nothing much. I was in bed, and then I got the notification that you were live, and I went, what if I was a part of that?
Yes. Can you hear that sound? Wait, listen.
Purple Zero sent me his poop pics today.
What?
What?
Can you hear that noise?
Yeah, I can hear the noise of you.
That is my dog. That is literally my dog. Like, that is my dog, like, chewing on a plastic bottle. He has, like... Can you not? We pay money for bones. Why must you chew on a Coca-Cola bottle?
Dude, just get it out of his fucking mouth. You have 2 hands. What is he gonna do, bite you?
Yes, he bites.
Dude, if he bites you, just put him down. That's what they normally
No,
do.
he's too cute, yet so annoying at the same time.
Have him stuffed.
No, my dad would be very mad. He clearly picks favorites between my two dogs. He clearly likes cocker spaniels. So I guess what I'm saying is my dad loves spaniels.
Alright.
Is this just going to be a pet stream where we just talk about our pets? Because I hear your cat walking in the room.
No, my cat is not in the room.
I heard you say Mimi, and that's your cat's name.
Well, she's not my cat. She's like my brother Chase's cat.
Yeah, she always hangs out in your room.
Dude, she just loves me.
He's like, hey, why are you eating? Where the fuck did you get that? What the fuck?
Minnie, you fucking rat. You got your tail all over my water bottle. I'm probably going to be drinking your shit now.
Alright. Pete, why do you chew everything? Alright, as I was saying, Pete, why don't you tell old war stories?
Old war stories? I fucking love telling my old war stories.
We were gonna do a live stream. Basically, we were on a call late once, and we were like playing this Roblox game, and we were like joking around, like as Pete telling old war stories. And we were gonna do a live stream on it. We just never got around to it.
Yeah. Alright, time to tell some of my old war stories. 1941. We were in Bethlehem. Hold on, where the fuck is Bethlehem?
Dementia's kicking in, Pete.
Okay, it's in fucking Jerusalem, apparently. Alright, so Bethlehem, Nottingham, England, which is a place. Me and my friend Old Man Jim were...
Get down! My dog keeps jumping up.
How am I supposed to tell my old war stories if your dog keeps fucking the couch?
What?
Get a hold of your mud.
Little mud, precious.
Right, so... me and my friend Old Man Jim were running around Jerusalem. You know, there was clearly... The drill sergeant had clearly told us that we need to scan the area for Japanese Nazi spies. But me and my old buddy, Old Man Jim, were above that. Since we were in Jerusalem, we were looking around for proof that Jesus Christ existed. So, because, you know, war does things to people, such as Purple Hoodie Zero face reveal. Not the point.
I already do face reveal. Fuck, I keep saying the camera wrong.
Minnie, what the fuck is so interesting about that ceiling fan? You gotta stare up at it. Anyway. Eventually we came across a person who was wearing a towel on their noggin, and I went up to him because Old Man Jim, he didn't really want to talk at the time. So I went up to him and said, "Hey, do you know Jesus Christ personally?" He must have not liked that because he said Allahu Akbar and ripped off his shirt and revealing not only some very chiseled abs, but also like an iPhone taped to a bunch of like long cardboard tubes, and he exploded.
Sorry.
That's why I don't have pinkies anymore.
See, bro, I'm trying to play with you and you're trying to bite my hand. Get down. P, how would you rate my computer background?
Very good. However, it reminds me of the war.
How does this remind you of the war, Pete?
You know, that's actually a really interesting story. Okay, so me and my friend Old Man Jim were going on the train to leave Jerusalem after... Yo, Purple Hoodie Zero feet reveal. Anyway, so we were on the train, and... we were on the train leaving Bethlehem, New Jersey, or wherever, and, you know... We were also on the lookout for Japanese Nazi spies on that train. Do you like my old war stories?
He has sharp claw. Ah, my hand. Ah, my leg.
Dude, just kill him.
Look at his face. He's so cute.
Alright,
Ow!
so I looked to my friend, Old Man Jim, who was talking to, like, a friend of his that I didn't know at the time. And I said, "Oh, Jim, is that your boyfriend?" He turns to me and says, blah, 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 blah. And in, like, Plants vs. Zombies Dave language, that meant, no, this is my friend Tom. I look at Tom, and let me tell you, he looked like death. But then again, that's what you can expect from the war. Anyway, he looked like death. I look at him, I look at my gut. I weighed 296 pounds at the time, and I say, Jesus Christ, do you even know what a cheeseburger is? He looks at me, his head kind of jerks off to the side, like he like what like, and he asked me, "What's a cheeseburger?" And I went, "Oh, dude, you are missing out on like so much." So I hand him one of my spare Big Macs. And let me tell you, after eating that, he was in total bliss. He was like, "Oh, dude, where the fuck did you get this?" And I said, "Time travel, because Big Macs don't exist yet. It's 1941. They both kind of looked at me weird, and I quickly changed the subject to the fact that I smoked crack. They said it, because at the time, it was like a weight loss drug that I was taking at the time. Of course, they never told me that I had to start dieting too if I wanted to do anything. So, like, you know. So anyway, me and Tom kind of discussed some things. For example, what we would do if we got home from the war. I told him that I was going to have a child. Tom said, Well, this train is on
fucking
its way.
pillows.
Well, this train is on its way to France, so like you could just have a baby there." I look at him weird and say, "Wait, what? You're having premarital sex? Cool." And then he explains to me what premarital sex is, because I was kind of stupid at the time. You know, I was young, good old age of 25. That's pretty young. Anyway, so the train arrives in France. I smack the train on the ass to say, "Hey, thanks for taking us here." He didn't really like that, so he beat the ever-loving shit out of me with one of his handrails. I didn't really like that, so I never slapped a train in the ass again. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, we arrive in Munich, France. I don't know, it's been forever since I've last been in France, because, you know, war. The drill sergeant quickly got out of the brake van and said, "All right, listen up here." But I wasn't paying attention, because I was distracted. For that's when I saw her. I forgot her name, but she was just so goddamn pretty. I tip my fedora. She vomits everywhere. And then I go, okay, that must be like a... Are you sick? I asked. But she couldn't respond because she was too busy vomiting. It honestly looks like you're having your dog gnaw on your wee-wee, and it doesn't...
It's a bone! What the fuck? It's a bone! Ah!
Yeah, bone is one letter off from boner. So, like, what do you want me to do?
Okay, fine, I'll have this camera angle.
Much better. Anyway, so I learned that day that tipping your fedora at a woman in France will automatically make her sick. She just can't handle the... just can't handle the charm of an American man.
And he's back to the bottle.
So anyway, so I went up and talked to my drill sergeant, and I said, "Hey, you know, I just tipped my fedora at a woman, and she started vomiting everywhere." And he said, "Well, Peter, it's because you're a fucking weirdo, and you're ugly as shit." I didn't really like that, so I beat the ever-loving shit out of him with my belt until he stopped.
Wait, tell the story where that kid's like, and he was like screaming demonic things, and I didn't like that. So
we haven't gotten to that part of the story yet. Anyway, so we got to me and old man Jim and our new friend Tom got to our posts. We were looking out for like moose or whatever. Because I don't know, our drill sergeant didn't really like us all that much, so he had us look for moose. It occurs to me now that there's probably no meese in France, due to the simple fact is that old man Jim fell asleep for like 5 hours, and I didn't wake him up. And by the time he woke up, they went like, which probably meant something like, what the hell, there's no meese. So I go up to my drill sergeant about it, and he says, well, Peter, if you don't like that, why don't you go take a drink at the bar, you fucking bitch. And I go,
I actually have a funny story of my own.
Do you mind? I'm telling my old war stories. Save it till the end. So,
Pete, there's the thing though, you can go on and on and on and on and on. This live stream will be like the longest live stream I've ever done if you just keep talking about your old war.
Anyway, as I was saying, I
didn't like that, so I fucking punched.
What?
I didn't like that he said that I take too long with my stories, so I beat him up.
So me and a group of my allies, me, old man Jim, and Tom, and a mirror that I bought for £5, went to the local speakeasies or whatever they had in France.
Pete, you're American. Stop saying British words to try and appeal to me.
War.
You say things like summit and pound. It ain't.
Minnie, what the fuck are you doing under there? Are you playing a plastic bag? That's only one.
You know, my friend told me that Choo Choo Travels was free on Steam, but it ain't, and he lied. It's actually £16. And
So anyway, we went down to the local speakeasy with me and my friends, old man Jim, Tom, and a mirror that I bought for £15. And as we were sitting there drinking our sorrows away about the fact that I had to literally perform open heart surgery on a dude to remove the bullets that I shot him with, because I realized, oh shit, I wasn't wearing gloves when I did that, when I loaded the gun. And then I turn around and I see her again. Fucking Jack the E2, goddammit, you interrupted my war stories.
I don't even know who that is. Apparently he did something to Alex Cole, I don't know.
So I realized that tipping my fedora at this woman wouldn't do anything. It would just make her puke everywhere. So I decided to pick up on a skill that I had learned while I was stationed in the UK. That being climbing out of my own skin and just being a bloody, muscly mess. Now that
reminds me of this thing someone said, where it's like you see something ugly, where it says like, look guys, we have an opportunity to get rid of the two worst things that shouldn't exist: children and British people.
Anyway, as I was saying, now me climbing out of my own skin, that did it for her. She said, oh, you're so attractive. And I introduced myself, hi, my name's Peter, and all that, war. And then she realizes, because, she's French, why don't you come back to my place and we can, date or something. And then I turned to my friends, and I turned back to her, and I turned back to my friends, I turned back to her. Then I look at the bartender, who was super fucking attractive. Like, goddamn, who knew that men wearing a bra actually did something? And then I looked back at her, and then I looked back at the Christmas tree that they for some reason didn't take down. Like, it's fucking August. Then I looked back at her. And then, I realized, I've always wanted to have a child.
I've never played Team Fortress 2 before. I just opened it up on Steam. How do I play?
I'm telling my old war stories right now, and you want me to give you instructions on a video game?
How do I play Team Fortress 2?
You click the start button. Dumbass.
Where?
I don't know. Anyway, war. So I go back to her hotel room that she for some reason had, and then we started doing it for hours at a time. And sometimes I'd be the top, sometimes I'd be the bottom,
Okay,
sometimes
Pete,
I'd be the
talk about
southeast on a 38-degree angle.
Pete, why don't I tell a story? Because you've been talking for 20 minutes.
I'm not done. Anyway, so
How the fuck do I find a game in Team Fortress? Oh, wait, I found out.
she offers me a drink.
To
The lady offered me a drink, and then I told her no thanks. And then I whip off my backpack, reach into it, and I pull out a brown glass bottle with 3 X's on it, and I drink it, and then I smash the empty bottle over her head. And that's when exactly 4.5 burly black people jumped out of the closet, and they told me, "Dude, we were gonna
which one should I
harvest your
pick?
appendix."
Which one should I pick?
Oh my god, fucking the red dude.
Pete, they're all red.
Oh my god, the black man. Because I
Yeah.
just mentioned black people.
Is he the Scott? Oh, I can only pick the soldier, never mind.
Alright, so the 4.5 black people jumped out because one of them was a midget, and they said, "Dude, we were gonna harvest your appendix with that lady." And I realized, yeah, well, now I don't really feel any regrets doing that. And then I left the room, but not after.
Oh, that face! That edited be a Sam face. That's fucking weird.
So I returned to my friends, and guess what? They were having a fucking orgy while I was gone. And then my friend Old Man Jim turned to me and said, and then I said, "Yeah, I'm doing great, but like I just met the one." And then my friend Tom turned to me and said, "Isn't that Slippery Sam, like the guy who harvests appendixes?" And I say,
I'm
Yeah.
getting a Discord from Farquhar.
So they ask me for proof, and then I go back upstairs to that room and drag her dead body downstairs. And then they all pogged, as they say in the 21st century. So as they're all pogging, I fornicate with her again. They were all
Well, she's
very
dead.
impressed. They had no idea I knew the secret Beyblade helicopter move, which is the act of balancing yourself.
Oh, Pete, can we not talk about that?
Okay, fine. We'll skip to 1945. That is a reasonable time frame to skip to.
Well,
We were in...
why don't I tell a story?
Okay, but make it quick. This is like really important. This is like the best part.
Alright, so basically, for our school trip, I decided to go to well, I didn't really decide, I signed up. I went to Thomasland with my entire school. I mean, I'm the only one who actually went into Thomasland. Everyone else went to like Drayton Manor, like, because they didn't. I'm the only one who likes Thomas in the entire fucking school. And basically, after a while of me being there, I bought a Flying Scotsman toy, and basically, I wanted to go on this water ride, but my mum had packed me like a waterproof, like that massive waterproof thing for me to wear. So I went on the ride with a teacher, and she only went there because the teacher who was supposed to look after me like didn't want to get wet. So we went on the ride, and there's this part of the ride where it goes downhill and like makes a massive splash and you get wet through. And literally, basically, that's just I forced her to go on the ride twice. So imagine you're just like waiting for me to come back, and you see me at the driest thing ever, and then she just looks like she just jumped into a river.
1945.
Pete!
We were honing in on Hitler's secret base. When all
No!
of us-
Pete!
Dude.
I don't want you to talk about fucking that.
War.
Yes, I get it. You're pretending to be an old man, but can you not talk about fucking the H word?
Dude, you do realize that Adolf Hitler has a lot to do with World War II.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious by now.
Yeah, I know, but you haven't mentioned Hitler once.
I just did. What are you joking me?
Yeah, but like, I don't think you should talk about the demonic child thingy.
I'm getting to that. Anyway, so my friend Old Man Jim somehow backwards long jumped into Hitler. You fucking bitch.
I wanted to see how long it would take you to realize that you were muted.
Alright, so
Yada yada yada.
Old Man Jim, who at that point was basically the equivalent of an eggshell that I stepped on and then shot. Because, back then they didn't have what's known as PTSD. We treated ourselves like actual men, not queers. Because, war.
P, I think the things you're saying won't hold up to that in these
Shut
days.
your damn mouth. Anyway, so Old Man Jim got down on the floor.
P, you're gonna get cancelled on Twitter.
Oh my god! I don't have Twitter.
Neither
Anyway.
do I.
Neither do I, but I'm pretty sure you can still get cancelled on Twitter without having Twitter.
Shut your mouth. Anyway, so he got down on the fetal position and then began crying. I turned to him, like, dude, we're in an active war zone right now. Stop crying. But he wouldn't stop. He just kept crying and then annoyingly breathing in to get more air to start crying more. So then I decided, okay, I cannot deal with this. And then I took off my belt and tied it onto my AK-47.
Wait, P, I have an idea. You're still gonna...
That information.
I have an idea. Me and PSM Gaming will both give you a random topic, and you have to make a funny story out of it.
I'm telling my old war stories right now.
Alright.
Wait, we'll both give you a random topic. You go first, PSM.
Alright. Let's see.
So anyway,
I don't even know at this point. Like gas station sushi.
So anyway, I tied my
No,
belt.
let me think. So, gas station sushi.
That was literally the only thing that came to my mind. I literally had nothing else.
Where are we going? Gas station. Where to get gas station sushi, of course. We black out. Suddenly, I turn into the sun. And
Okay, so I tied my belt to my gun and then actively started beating Old Man Jim in the active war zone. And literally, everybody stopped what they were doing in the active war zone to look at what I was doing. Sometimes I would hold the barrel of the gun as support for the belt. Sometimes I'd hold onto the belt and beat him with the gun part. But soon enough, Old Man Jim stopped crying. He also stopped breathing too, but that's not the point. So then this tiny little man just runs out and holds up this massive flag that says "Stop." We all stop, and then shut your mouth. So anyway, so he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jover." And then we realize that, dude, enough. I'm telling my old war stories right now, you dope.
Emotional, damn it!
Anyway.
I was literally just playing the meme board at this point.
So, after we realized that the
Do you guys not like...
Super Mario in real life. Spaghetti!
war. Anyway, so we get back to, so then we realized that the war had been won. Dude! I'm trying to tell my war stories right now. Thank you.
You stupid bitch!
You're gonna get-
Hitler, but you
you're
can
gonna
actually
get-
say the N-word.
It wasn't me, it was a soundboard.
Dude, enough with the soundboard. I'm trying to talk.
No, I don't understand this. Grilled cheese Obama sandwich.
If you don't stop,
Hang on.
If you don't stop, I'm just gonna post your poop pics in your Discord server.
Nah.
Yeah. So I go and look for my friend Old Man Jim, who had somehow regained consciousness and was still crying on the floor. I then realized, I'm the old man. Anyway, so I look. Shut. Anyway, so I go. So then I returned to the United States of America, and they were all giving us a round of applause. Thank you for your service. We couldn't have done it without you. I want you sexually. Stuff like that a war veteran would get. So as I'm waving to the crowd and doing the. So as I'm waving to the crowd and doing stuff like telling my jokes and throwing a rotten tomato at a black person because it's 1945. I then realize, oh shit, I fucked someone back there, and I need to go get that. I need to go get the child. Because if you impregnate somebody, they're gonna have a child. That's a quote for your guys' history books. It wasn't until 1955 when they could trust me with a boat, to go drive a boat, when they could trust me with that. It wasn't until 1950 something where I could finally go back and get my kid, as well as my wife. But unfortunately, by that time, they had already lived a good chunk of their life in France. And, my son, who was named, Travis Scott, could already speak fluent French. And he said something along the lines of I don't know. I didn't really like that, so I beat the ever-loving shit out of him with my belt until he stopped.
Oh.
So I took me, my wife, and my son, Biagio, back home to our average American humble abode. And no, it's not kidnapping if he didn't technically say no.
Stop, shit. Sorry, I was actually an accident, sorry.
Okay, so
My soundboard ain't even open.
now to get to the part where it was raising a child. Raising a child. Alright, so
Pete, every single time that you say, I didn't really like that, so beat the shit out of him, I'm gonna go. I didn't really like that, so I beat the shit out of him.
Okay, so back to it. Raising a child wasn't all that hard, except of course for the undeniable fact that your kid would basically live most of their life in a completely different state of the world, and you need to teach them how to speak English and whatnot. So, I tried to teach him to speak English myself. I still remember that day. He was watching Yogi Bear steal somebody's lunch that they had to presumably pay for. And I turn off, and I shoot the TV with my trustworthy AK-47 that I beat Old Man Jim to death once with. And I said, all right, Biagio, we're going to learn English.
Guys, if you want to join the stream, the link is the first comment of the live stream. So Dizzy Dream, if you want to join, you can.
So, back to it. So I sit him down at the kitchen table, and I look at him and say asparagus. And he can't. I didn't really like that, so I got a nearby metal spatula and spanked him with it. God damn it, even if I try to dance around the idea, you still play these things.
It's funny.
Like, Mamma Mia. Oh my god, I just blasted mucus all over this fucking rag. It's all over my face now, god damn it.
Disgusting creature.
Alright, so back to it.
Old Man Jim, no!
After he regains consciousness, I say asparagus. And he can't. He says something in French. Or German, I don't know. I didn't really like that, so I took him outside and we decided to come on, Biagio, we're gonna go reenact Old Yeller. If you know what that means, I hope you know
I
what that
do.
means.
I do.
It's where they kill the dog.
They shoot the dog. They put him in the backyard and they fucking shoot him.
So back to it. After I glue his Biagio's skull back together, he starts singing something in demonic tongues.
Bro just gorilla glued his skull back together.
Yes, that's what we did back then. We
Yeah,
didn't.
that actually happened to me once. I cracked my head open once and they fucking glued it back together. That's probably why I have brain damage.
Alright, so old war stories. My neighbor was telling me something about, like, dude, he's not speaking in demonic tongues. You got him from France. What do you think he's talking? And I turn to him and I say, demonic tongues? So he, like the good neighbor he was, he just went back down.
This is my new channel profile for no reason.
Oh my god.
Penis.
Nice.
My friend made this. I asked my friend to make a logo for PP Sam Gaming, which is me, and then this is what he came with.
Hey yo, he came with PP Sam. Wow.
So,
Peter High School meet and greet. Oh.
so anyway, back to it. I turn to my wife, who is watching me from the window super glue my son's skull back together, and his blood just splattered all over the backyard. It reached a solid 2 miles, the blood splatter, because, AK-47s are pretty powerful, especially in close range.
Jesus.
And she says to me,
Yeah.
and she says to me, why don't you just put him through, English? Or something like that. Because, remember, she's from France. And I say, good idea. So I bring the next day, my son Biagio was still in the backyard because he was partially paralyzed at the time. Can't imagine why, though. And he wakes up to the sound of a truck backing up, and then, so it's just beep, 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 beep. So I get up.
No, when he gets shot, it's just.
Enough with the damn soundboard. So anyway, back to it. My son Biagio, I didn't want to touch him because, so I got a stick and started poking him with it. And then he wakes up and then starts speaking in demonic tongues. Or French, I don't know, same thing. I tell him, Biagio, we're going to English. He doesn't know what I mean by that. Dude!
Sorry, that was an ad.
So he just goes back to sleep. And then I didn't really like that, so I got back in my truck and just ran him over with it. I just backed over him with it, and that really woke him up. It wakes him up like the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup, except it's getting ran over with a semi-truck.
The best part.
So I get some rope, or I get a chain or whatever, and I tie it to Biagio's ankle, and then we drove to English school where they teach English. So by the time we get to the school, I turn around, and it turns out there's just a trail of like blood and pus and semen and whatever bodily fluids you can think of. Just an entire trail. And that school was far away. It was like 39 miles away exactly, on the dot from where we lived at the time. And then I realized, god damn it, I'm gonna have to clean that up. So I drop my kid off, and I just drive home. And then we kind of wait there for a few minutes, and then the Golden Girls came on. And I screamed like a little girl, as most manly people do. And I go, "Oh my god, the Golden Girls is on!" And there I sat for 3 days watching the Golden Girls. And then I realized, oh yeah, I have a son. So I get back in my truck and I drive it through the living room door, and then drive all the 39 miles on the dot to that school. The entire school faculty was out there waiting with Biagio, and he said, Mr. Samwell, your child has been left here for 3 days. What the fuck? And then I told him, well, the Golden Girls was on. All was forgiven after that because, the Golden Girls is pretty coded, as they say.
I'm going to be playing like 10 tons of typical colors too, so yeah.
Does anybody have any questions so far about my interesting
I'm
story?
questioning how you even got those stories in the first place.
Well, with
Read my
age
headline,
comes
that's a
experience.
question.
Yeah, with age comes experience at Roblox TF2, which is what I'm about to play.
Okay. So,
Yeah, basically, I'm just trying to share my screen just so I can show you the absolute carnage that TC2 is.
Purple Hoodie Zero, how do you feel about these stories so far?
They're goofy.
That is how I feel.
I think you broke him.
So, we go back to our house, and there my wife...
Every time you words story, my brain just and literally.
Yeah, that's literally what my brain is, but my brain is getting headshot by a sniper as a sniper.
It feels like every time I start to understand your story, you just, appear behind me and just go.
I like it, coach.
So there
How
my
many
wife...
sugar does it take to get to the moon?
3.5.
Thanks, Mr. Jolly.
So anyway, back to it. So I bring my child and myself and my truck home, and there my wife is, just watching What's My Line. And I walk up to her and I say, "Hey, you gotta get off the couch. I want to watch the Golden Girls." She goes, I've been working for 3 days straight. Can I not have some rest? So I pick her up by the bosom and then throw her out the window, and I trick shot myself onto the couch to watch the Golden Girls.
Face reveal.
Face reveals much.
But
Face
I'm
reveals
just gonna
much.
finish this up real
Someone-
quick. My son Biagio tried to hang himself with toilet
Someone
paper.
just joined, accidentally turned on their camera, and then immediately left.
Yeah, I think that ruined Henry Productions' whole career. Wait, and how many people were watching in that moment?
5. But my live streams tend to get at least 71 views.
Dude, I just let 5 people see the man's face, plus us. So that's like 9 people saw his face.
He looks like Mike from FGTV.
It's
Oh.
He looks more like Sean to me.
Oh, just to let you know, I have a Norfolk and Western Y6B sitting on my desk.
A fucking what?
I have a steam locomotive sitting on my desk.
Cool.
S100 or shit.
I'm just gonna finish up my war stories real quick.
Medic!
I'm gonna finish them up real quick. So Biagio.
You're not even playing TF2, you're playing fucking Roblox.
I know, but it's the Roblox version. I mean, it's still good. Just the doctor's medigun, is
Apparently
fucking
the clapper
trash.
Yeah, my child then killed himself.
We ruined this whole career.
Oh,
That
what?
was in Barsing. That was in Barsing, everyone. That was in Barsing. It was
I actually
me.
have a little, I have a little tale of my own.
It just takes 3 hours to tell.
One
All
second,
right.
my door's saying motion detected at the front door. I'll be right back.
In
These
this
stories are
game, the
creepy.
only good that medic is the fact that you just heal people and you can't kill people.
Help
Creepy
YouTube
Sam
by
Wayne
answering
over
one
on
question.
Discord.
Which one of these pet supplies would you consider
Hello.
buying? None of them.
Hello.
You don't own pets.
Am I in the stream?
Yes, you are.
No, no, you're not.
Yay. Right, how do you turn on the chat?
Hello, Henry Productions.
Hello.
You just showed us.
Oh god, I'm gonna have
My
to
name
end the
is
live stream,
Jeff.
guys.
My name is
Or big